Welcome to the Movie Draft Podcast. I'm Ethan Simi, and today I am joined by my wonderful co-host, Ben Lawhorn.
Hello.
And our even more wonderful, still third chair of the pod, it's Sophie Holsinger.
Hello, everyone.
And today we are completing the two-part super draft that is the top 25 movies of the 21st century in a collaborative draft. Last week, when you're listening to this, the listeners, last week, part 1 will have come out with slots 25 through 13. We are here today to complete the latter part of that list, slots 12 through 1, 12 through 11. I don't know if that would be a very helpful exercise
really
here. 12 through 1. Sophie, hello. The last time you were on this pod was for the Timothée Chalamet collaborative draft 16 episodes ago, episode 64. Wow. It's been a long time. You've been traveling. We've been drafting. How are you?
I'm doing great. I missed you guys so much. This feels so right. I think the last time, on the Timothée Chalamet draft too, was the first time this podcast went video. So we didn't even have this whole situation going on. Y'all are professional over here now.
It's legit.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Timothée Chalamet was our first video pod?
Yeah, I think so.
I think.
Yeah.
That's incredible. I had no idea. Shout out to everybody that subscribes on YouTube, which is awesome. I'm going to have to correct you, though, Sophie, because it was, in fact, the Platform Originals movie draft the week prior to the Timothée Chalamet draft, of which you were also a part of. So important delineation there. You really only like to be around for the historic pods is kind of the feeling that I'm getting here.
No, I missed some good ones. I was listening and shocked, how I missed movies about movies. That's so up my alley.
Mm-hmm.
Just some movies that I was or drafts that I was dang. Wish I wasn't sitting on a beach somewhere.
I would have crushed that.
You should have drafted live from the beach. If you could, actually, if we could just go all the way back through the 15 episodes and you could give us your short list for every single one right now, that would be ideal.
Yeah.
Before you do that, we're still waiting on that Tom Hanks list. I got to be honest with you. When's that thing seeing the light of day? You know? When are we doing that?
Maybe I'll work on it this week. Finally send it over. Publish it to x.com.
You should actually just tweet a picture of your Tom Hanks rankings from a screenshot of your letterbox. Just post it with no comment or anything on social media and just
loyal.
See what happens. See who gets the joke, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And if Polar Express isn't number 1, we riot. Ben, how are you? It is so good to see you again.
I feel like Tom Hanks in here waiting for her list because this camera angle never changes. I'm just getting older as we wait for this fucking list to show up. So at some point it'll be here. Hopefully I won't have gray hair at that point, but I'm excited to see it. I'm doing good. I'm riding high right now. I'm Brad Pitt.
Yeah, you just mere hours ago walked away with the Brad Pitt victory. I got absolutely hosed in that draft. Let it be known, not my strongest moment. A draft that I think had more interaction, more votes than usual, than general. Which I just, to all of those new people that are hopefully listening to this show, I apologize, and I was out of my element. And just don't let that dissuade you from my potential good works here today on this show.
Yeah.
Okay. Nobody supports me as class per usual.
Listen, I'll say my thoughts.
What do you have to say? I mean, I'm curious.
It has to do with the first 13, so I'll wait till we get there.
Oh, okay. Yes, of course. We have many conversations to have here before we do, in fact, draft the 12 through number 1 spots here in the top 25 of the 21st century list. Ben, I'm not going to start with you. I'm going to go to Sophie. We're going to ask her a big, broad question, and then we have a lot of conversation to take place over what has already transpired in the top half of the list. So we are here to choose the 12 best movies of the 21st century. That is what we are doing right now, right here. What does that mean to you? What is your end goal with this list here when we finish the pod?
I would like my favorite movies to be on the list.
Oh my
because
God.
my favorites are typically
That's
the
not
best.
how we should do this. Let me just say that right now.
But I've taken time and care to prep this list, and I
Okay.
know that I really do. You guys are gonna say bullshit, but I really do want to be collaborative about this because there are some movies that I'm like, I know both of you have it 5 stars. Like I know you think
Okay.
they should be on this list too.
Mhm.
So you I'm not trying to be controversial here. Just trying to get my movies to the top as always.
Takes a 16 episode hiatus, comes back in friendly spirits. I don't believe that for one brief second. Okay, that's one way we could do this exercise. Ben, what does it mean to you to choose these 12 best movies of the 21st century?
It means trying to make up for what you guys did last week with the listeners.
Okay.
And let them know that, sometimes you're not on your game and that's okay, but we can bounce back, Ethan.
Okay, let's just dissect this for a moment. So I will fill everybody in, and Ben, at your request.
Mhm.
So we recorded part 1, the top 25 movies of the 21st century, part 1, spots 25 through 13. We recorded that about a month ago. We did a big pre-record for that because I and we wanted to ensure that we had our list way ahead of time so we could prepare adequately for what we are about to do right now. So that episode at time of recording right now is not out. It is not available to the public. We have zero idea how the public and listeners have reacted to the part 1 of this 2-part collaborative draft. I don't know if we got it right. I don't know if we got it wrong. I don't know if they're praising some of the picks or condescending on some of the picks. But you specifically, Ben, asked me to get the episode ready soon after recording.
Yeah.
And give you the audio file before I even uploaded it to YouTube, before I had any of the back end work ready. I provided you with an audio file so you could listen to it because that was your prerequisite to be here today. Can I give you the floor? I've been waiting a month for this conversation and I really want to know what we're going to talk about.
I think, listen, first of all love and respect to our guests that have come on. This is,
Okay.
I want them to continue to come on even after I'm about to say what I've said. I'm a big fan of all of our guests. Okay. I felt like you guys did the honorable mentions draft and you guys didn't do 25 through 13. I kind of felt like, oh, this is on there. Now, to be clear, there's a handful that I agree with. I'm like, this would probably be on my 25. I'm not mad at it, but there's a few. And one of them, I'm looking at you, Ethan Simi. I was just like,
what did I do?
I don't know what's going on here.
Wrong on this pod,
I don't
ever.
know. Yeah, it was an interesting thing to listen to. I'm excited to hear what people have to say about it. And you know what? Full transparency, I might fuck up my draft tonight as well. I might just be as weird and chaotic with it. So I'm not like, glass houses, right? So it was a good listen. I immediately, after you guys did the draft that night, I got into our little behind the scenes doc and I screenshotted what you guys did and immediately talked to my partner about it. I was like, this is wild. Like, how is this happening? And that's when I was like, I need to listen to this audio before we draft. I have to know how this all transpired. So I appreciate you doing that. So I could listen to it. It opened up my eyes a little bit as to how everything went down.
So I actually think we're recording it in the most transparent way possible, which is recording this part number 2 before we know what the public thinks of part number 1, because we are not influenced by maybe the direction that people are hoping we go with this list. We have no input from anybody, and I actually think that's the most ethical way to traverse this. You did text me of that kind of sentiment of it appears that you guys forgot that this was the real list and it looks like an honorable mention list. Now, I stand by every single one of my picks. And when I'm gonna go through the list here. If you haven't listened to part 1, I highly recommend it. But if you haven't, I will go through what the part 1 list was here in a second. I stand by my picks, but inherently splitting a draft up into 2 parts, especially recordings that take place about a month apart, elicits some type of, well, this isn't the whole list, kind of attitude. So it is a little difficult to stray away from, well, we got a couple to burn, kind of a mental state in that draft. And I do think that looking at this list now, that is maybe what transpired on that pod. So you pre-listening and getting ready for today's episode is one mode of strategy and preparation. Sophie, have you listened to that episode? You mentioned you came in here now ready to collaborate and movies in hand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, again, I also don't want to be disrespectful to the guests. I don't want to be disrespectful to the guests, but it does feel like you guys were just kind of fucking around, and now the real people are coming in and doing the work. And like, that's okay. It just,
the cleanup crew is here.
Yeah,
you made this happen. You both caused this. Like, the guests listening to the show, I am eternally grateful for you. I message you all the time about coming on this pod. I put up the work. Okay, don't let Sophie and Ben drag you down. You're doing the Lord's work on this draft. But
That's
maybe
true.
you're right. Maybe this is a little bit of a Michael Clayton situation where we call in the team.
Speaking of, would have been great to be on that first episode.
Agree.
Michael Clayton would have been fantastic.
I think I tried at least. I feel like I tried. Okay, so same sentiment, Sophie. You think we were fucking around, and now we got the big dogs in the house?
A little bit, yeah. And there are, again, I agree, there are some movies on here that I think make total sense for this list, but then there's some that I think, I mean, these are very true picks to these individuals, so I have to respect it. But I think in the grand scheme of how many movies we've had so far this century, some of these are just, they wouldn't be on my list of 200 probably.
I like it.
Okay, you guys are not wrong. So I want to continue this conversation, but I think in the interest of information, I'm going to say what the list was. And then I have some questions specifically for both of you. It's a little offensive that you guys are like, oh, you were fucking around in the first episode, and now we got the big dogs in the house, and like I'm the only common denominator in both of those episodes. I take great personal attest to that. I feel like I am a freshman that's playing on the varsity team right now, and I'm not really allowed to be around the cool kids. So that's the culture you've created here, 11, 12 minutes into this episode. Let me say the list, and then I have a couple questions. At number 25, we have Superbad. At number, I can't even say this list without like cracking because of both of you.
Because you know it's bad.
Superbad is goated though. Okay, 25, Superbad. 24, First Cow. 23, Almost Famous. 22, Y Tu Mama Tambien. 21, Synecdoche, New York. 20, Aftersun. I'm not looking at you guys. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see I'm visibly abstaining from eye contact from both of you. Number 19, The Tree of Life. Number 18, Past Lives. Number 17, Old Boy, the Park Chan-wook original. Number 16, Signs. Number 15, Portrait of a Lady on Fire. Number 14, Spider-Man 2. And number 13, Killers of the Flower Moon. We could spend the entire episode here dissecting this. This is not what we're here to do today.
Yeah.
But I do want to know from both of you, the best movie on this list, the worst movie on this list.
Ooh, fun.
Sophie, please, you have the floor.
I think that the best movie on this list is Killers of the Flower Moon. So happy it's at the top at least.
Okay.
That's good. But
okay.
And that's an Ethan pick. Let me just say that. Right? Is that a spoiler? I mean, I hope that
no.
they've listened.
No.
That's
I hope they've listened. That's a me pick. There was great discussion about what was going in that 13 spot.
Yeah.
On that episode.
I'm excited to listen to it. But then my least favorite is also an Ethan pick, and that would be the Charlie Kaufman picture that's on this list.
Okay, guys.
I hate, but that's a personal opinion.
You hate the movie, or you hate the fact that I put it on the list?
Both.
Yes.
But I hate the movie more.
Okay, cool. No, that's good. Yeah. Okay, cool. I've done it. Ben, what is your favorite and your least favorite on this list so far?
I'm going to give you 3 because I'm going to give you my favorite, my least favorite, and the most frustrating pick. My favorite, here's the thing, like the favorite and least favorite, also the same person. Shout out Kevin. Like my favorite, what I think is the best on this list is After Sun. Like that's, for me, that's super high up just on my personal list. I have it like number 4. So like, I think it's great that it's on here. I have no idea what Signs is doing on this list. Like I'm so confused about Signs being on here. I just didn't get it. I didn't understand it at all. And my most frustrating pick comes from you, Ethan, which like isn't a bad movie, but I was just like, you did Old Boy. And I was like, oh, he hasn't seen The Handmaiden. That's why he's playing Old Boy right now.
I haven't.
I know. And so I was just frustrated. I was like,
okay,
God damn. Cause like even some of the guests were like, oh, The Handmaiden, like that maybe that one, you know, but understandably haven't seen it. I was a little frustrated because The Handmaiden's just like one of the most beautiful movies ever. But Old Boy's not a bad movie. Not to say that. I would have gone Handmaiden.
Okay, cool. So again, I'll just state common denominator, me. Really fucked it up. Really made some great choices. Just kind of an abysmal showing all the way around. Okay, so we have to build off of this list. That is the exercise here today. We have to go 12 through 1. Would any of the movies on that list, would any of them have been in today's episode if they didn't get played from your perspective? If like they weren't talked about?
I mean, I would play After Sun if it wasn't on the list. And I would play different movies from directors that were played if possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Killers of the Flower Moon would have been played by me. I think Superbad also maybe would have been played by me.
Oh, okay, cool.
I like the Superbad pick. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the Superbad pick. The thing about Kevin, all love to Kevin, he's a complete wild card. I have no idea what Kevin is going to pick at any moment in time, and listeners of the draft probably know that.
It's the best.
So let's move forward and discuss the topic at hand here. Now, Sophie, you mentioned you want to see your favorite movies on this list. Ben, you obviously have some kind of in your pocket that you want to see on this list as well. Did any of us watch anything, curate a specific list? I'll just say I did not. I've been doing a lot of other things for a lot of other upcoming episodes. So this is a chaos factory for me tonight, which I'm really thrilled about.
I appreciate you saying that. I feel like we knew that. And I'm so excited that you're just like owning up to it from the beginning. I decided in the spirit of the New York Times list, I made my own top 100 of the 21st century. I watched 12 of them that are on my list.
Wow.
Throughout this time.
That's really good.
2 of them are first time watches. So one I need to add on there actually, because I have watched it very recently. So 2 first time watches, 10 rewatches. I have 7 that are bolted and underlined on my list. So now I just have to pick out of those what I'm going to play tonight.
Okay. Sophie, what about you? You have a list ready.
I do. I have a list ready. It's not really like in order or anything like that. It's just movies I would like to see appear on the list. I did revisit a few, but honestly, not even always on purpose, just because, again, they're like some of my favorites. So they just are movies that I like to queue up. But yeah, something that I feel like I'm not super passionate about is like the ranking element. Like there's movies where I'm like, I would just love to see them anywhere. It's really hard. Like even with the New York Times thing, it's just like so hard for me for my brain to work that way and to try to pull together a list when there's this many options. And to have like different filmmakers represented, different countries, languages represented. Like it's just, I find all of this very overwhelming. But I have some movies written down, so we'll see what happens.
Okay.
We'll see where they go. Okay. I mean, the whole goal of a collaborative ranking is to in fact rank movies. So Not 100% sure if you qualify as a big dog anymore, but you're here nonetheless. Okay, so I did mention the full list that we have accumulated so far in spots 25 through 13. I want to quickly go through what I find to be the most important conversation that we will have here tonight, which will guide us into the draft and starting this exercise and coming up with the 12 movies. So notable directors that have already been chosen in part one. And in case you do need a refresher, you did not listen to part one, our specific rule for this list of 25 is that once a director is chosen, you may not choose any of their other films in their filmography. They only get one film per director. So in that spirit, in that essence, notable directors already chosen on the list: Terrence Malick, Celine Song, Charlie Kaufman, Park Chan-wook, M. Night Shyamalan, and Martin Scorsese. These people, along with a slew of others that were mentioned, have already kind of been chosen. You can't really talk about them, can't really choose anything anymore for them. Now, that does bring us to the short list of 24 that I briefly wrote down earlier of notable directors that are missing from the part one of the list. Now, I'll just go through these. Some of them I put an asterisk next to, and I'll try to denote that as my personal, hey, what about this person situation that I think we're really going to have to struggle with and we're really going to have to work through here. So Quentin Tarantino, asterisk. Paul Thomas Anderson, asterisk. David Lynch, Steven Spielberg, Ridley Scott, Noah Baumbach, Christopher Nolan, asterisk. The Coen brothers, Jonathan Glazer, Catherine Bigelow, James Cameron, David Fincher, asterisk. Damien Chazelle, I put an asterisk next to. Guillermo del Toro, Yorgos Lanthimos, Richard Linklater, I put an asterisk next to. Luca Guadagnino, Sofia Coppola, Denis Villeneuve, I put an asterisk next to. Wes Anderson, Hayao Miyazaki, Jordan Peele, Barry Jenkins, and Wong Kar-wai. That's 24 directors where arguably you could just make a list of theirs, and that would be a sublime list.
Mm-hmm.
We'll only be able to pick 12, and perhaps someone we choose is not on this short list that I have accumulated here. Do you think this will help guide us, or is this maybe a little reductive into what we're looking at here?
I think, I don't know if it's going to help guide us. It is, I think this kind of just shows maybe how bungled the first episode went. This list could have been helpful, I think, after episode one.
Yeah.
Not so much right now. Because, again, I think there was a lot of like you said, oh, those guys will play it. Like, we don't need to play it now. They'll play it in the top 12. But I'm just like, I'm not playing that. Like, I don't give a fuck about that movie, So I'm curious to see how it goes. I don't know if this is going to like influence our list, but it is an interesting exercise, to say the least.
Yeah, this was helpful in guiding my prep for sure. But even then, like looking at it, I was like, there's so many more directors. Like we didn't even mention like Bong Joon-ho, who like I don't know. There's just like so many. And so I agree. I think this would have been helpful maybe a few weeks ago.
I've added Bong Joon-ho to the short list. It's now 25 on the dock.
I'm should we just do 25 again? Should we just start?
Yeah.
There we go.
Just off this list.
That cannot be done because what is done is done. And I'm glad that you did bring up Bong Joon-ho because I did make promises to certain people that we would try our very best to get a film from Bong Joon-ho on this list. Now, whether it happens or not, yet to be seen. We'll see.
Okay.
I agree with both of you. It would have been really helpful to have this list going into part one. Something I didn't prep for. Something that I thought, I trust the guests. And you both, I just want to commend you. You've helped me see the light that our guests are idiots. And I should never, ever trust them. So
that did not come out of either of our mouths. Quite the opposite. We love our guests.
Okay, well, whatever you say in so many words. The ones that I put an asterisk next to, I specifically did that because there are multiple films from theirs that I think could warrant conversation. And we already had this conversation last episode with Martin Scorsese of like, which one do you pick? Like, he's going to be on the list, but which movie is it? And I think that conversation will come up a lot tonight. Is there anything else that we should talk about before we draft, before we read the rules, before we spin for our spots, before we try to make some semblance of a better list here?
I don't know what else there is to say, to be honest.
Let's do it.
You guys are so disappointed. Like, have a little bit of fun, you know?
I think you guys would have been disappointed in me because I would have vetoed Killers. I think The Departed should be on here, not Killers.
Oh, that's fair.
That is fair.
That's all I have to say about that.
Okay, totally fair. So this is a collaborative draft. Whether the strategy is to go for the things you want on the list, a la Sophie style, or work together, also Sophie style apparently, there will only be one team standing at the end of this. This will be a collaborative board, essentially ranking the 12 best movies of the 21st century, which will then work together in conjunction with the prior episode to make a list of 25 of the best movies of the 21st century. Now, at the time of recording, when we did do the first one, the New York Times article had not come out yet. And that whole discourse that has taken place over the last 3 or so weeks did not exist, at least in my memory. It didn't exist, right. And I don't think so. So we do have kind of a new stage that we're entering here and a new kind of social contract now that the New York Times does have this list. As always with collaborative drafts, a special shout out to Screen Drafts, a wonderful podcast that has influenced this draft layout. Ben, would you please do the pleasure of explaining the picks and the abilities, because you did, in fact, help create them for this specific episode.
Yeah, we had to come up with a new one. I think it's pretty well balanced, but we'll see. We have 3 drafters, A, B, and C. Drafter A will be doing picks 10, 7, 4, and 1. Drafter B will be doing picks 11, 8, 5, and 2. And Drafter C will do 12, 9, 6, and 3. Because Drafter C has the lower picks, they will get a veto and the only veto override of the game, which cannot be used for their own pick, but can be used to save someone else's pick. Drafter B will get 2 vetoes and Drafter A will get 1 veto.
Okay. That is how this game shall be played. Feeling good? Feeling ready?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Do we think the veto override will come into play here tonight? Notoriously hard to execute on the collaborative draft.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I
sure
love when
it will
it comes
come into
out.
play?
No,
okay.
For sure it's hard to execute.
Okay.
I would love to see it get executed though.
Yeah, I'd love to see it. I'm half tempted to try to get Drafter C just so I can have picks 13 and 12 right in the middle of the board, kind of dictate the way it ends and the way it goes into this new beginning here. Would be kind of fun. But again, my prep has been extremely minimal, and I don't feel like I will do what both of you want me to do in the slightest. So I guess we'll just see what happens.
Like a third of this list is Ethan Simi. So it's kind of on you.
I deserve this. Okay.
You do.
I work hard for this pod.
You
I make
do.
this pod happen, and I deserve to have a couple of extra picks, even if they are Synecdoche, New York, and Killers of the Flower Moon.
Even if, yeah. Should we spin? Okay.
I think we should spin. Why don't you bust open the spinner here, Ben?
Okay.
Okay, proper names, nothing fancy, nothing
straightforward.
Crazy. Straightforward.
Here we go.
Okay, and once you are picked, well, that would
We'll
be
see what he said now. After C.
We'll see if I stick to the guns or not.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Ooh.
Nice.
Ooh. Okay, interesting. I get to pick, Sophie gets to pick, and then Ben gets the end of the stick here.
But also get to use my vetoes last.
That's true. About. You do have kind of the last right of refusal. Good order of business reminder. The way that the spinner lands is the right of first refusal for vetoes. So it'll go me, Sophie, Ben. Yeah. If anybody wants to use a veto on anything. Okay. C is looking interesting. It's looking a little yummy, but I also don't want Ben to have A. No offense, Ben. I don't trust you with the 1.
Number 1 pick.
Yeah. I don't trust Ben with the 1.
You funked it up before, and you'll probably fuck it up again.
One way to find out.
Well, I mean, this bodes well for Sophie and I, because we do get to pick first. So I'm actually gonna zag. I'm gonna take Drafter B. I want the 2 vetoes.
That's what I wanted.
Sorry.
Uh,
I mean,
okay, what would I rather Ben not have? One
it's one.
or veto override?
Now,
But
Veto
I just
override could be used to help you, Sophie.
I know, but I just
Could.
I never use it. I don't think I've ever used it.
Yeah.
Like it
I
would
mean,
take.
you just got to weather out the storm. You know, you just got to hope that you don't have to deal with the veto override. I don't
You
think
could
I
also
think
have you could have number one in your hand too.
you
I
could have
think I
number
would
one.
rather
We
have
trust
C.
you.
I would
Oh
rather
my
have C.
God. What the fuck, Sophie?
I'm
It's
sorry.
all
This'll be fun.
shot to hell now.
Okay.
We both literally said not 60 seconds ago, we don't trust Ben with the number one pick.
I know.
What just
but
happened?
I don't
Even when
know.
she's
We
like,
haven't
I
even
never
drafted
use
yet."
I never use the override. I'll take the override.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. Well, shoot, that's something special. Okay, so let me get the doc ready here for everybody. So I'm gonna fill out what spots that we are drafting.
10,
got-
7, 4, and 1. The number one movie of the last 25 years is up to me.
Uh,
We might be
Do
talking
you
about Michael
feel-
Clayton again.
Do you feel ready for that, Ben? Like, do you feel any sort of social pressure to get that right? Because your name will, in fact, be attached to it.
No, I feel confident in my number one.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Um.
Unless you guys play it somewhere lower, then I don't know what I'm going to do. Then
Right.
we'll see what happens.
We can't have that now, can we? Okay, so Ben is drafter A. You get picks 10, 7, 4, and 1, and you get a single veto. I am drafter B. I get picks 11, 8, 5, and 2, and I have 2 vetoes. Sophie, for some godforsaken reason, you're drafter C, and you get 12, 9, 6, and 3, a veto, and the only veto override. I would encourage you to try to use that veto override tonight. See what happens.
I'm gonna try.
Okay. See, hard to find those situations. So the thing about the way that you have constructed this, Ben, is that we all get an even number of picks.
Yeah.
Now, that is not generally the case on a collaborative draft. There is usually one person that gets an extra pick compared to the other two. So this will be an interesting experiment. It kind of just goes in a rotating fashion, as like kind of a per usual draft here. So let's commence the top 25 of the 21st century part 2 collaborative draft with Sophie's pick at number 12.
Wow, I'm back. This is crazy.
She's back.
Okay. So there's a director that you mentioned on that long list of directors that
Mm-hmm.
doesn't have an asterisk for you, but is an important director to me, and I think he should be represented here. There might be some controversy on which film I choose, but I think if you know me, you know that this is the movie I would put on the list. So I am going to put Marriage Story up at number 12 because
Wow.
I don't know if I know that this is a Sophie pick, and I don't think that I maybe would have even put it in 13 through 25. I don't even know if it really is culminates the century, but I do think it's a movie that has a lot to say about humanity, and it's really important to me. And I think a lot of people would maybe put Frances Ha up here instead. But to me, I think Marriage Story is the superior film. And
Okay.
to me, I said to me. And yeah, I don't know if I would really put it any higher. So this is where I'd like to put it.
Interesting. I did not anticipate this in the slightest.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Ethan's wheels are turning, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I put Noah Baumbach on the list as kind of like tossing him a bone. I didn't really think that he would be someone in discussion, at least here tonight. Marriage Story, notably not on the New York Times 100, not on the IndieWire 100, I believe, absent from pretty much every wide, big list that's been released in the last couple of weeks. While I don't disagree about the points you've made here, I'm just trying to see if it fits,
Well, I would like
This
to make an original list
Mhm.
personally.
Oh, so you don't want to just copy straight for 12? Because that's what I
Like,
thought we
we
were going to
gotta be a
do. I
little
thought we were
bit
just going to go all
interesting.
one
Yeah.
for one. Okay.
This is one of the movies I revisited.
Wow.
noticed.
Really?
Yeah, I love this movie. Just one of my favorite lines. I cried 4 times.
Mhm.
Me too. Like, I love that exchange. Great performances throughout, and I agree with you. I would rather have this here than Frances Ha, personally.
That's a real smooth move by the two co-hosts to just completely stomp on what is clearly known as my favorite movie from No.
Is that your
Bump Back, but
favorite
that's cool.
movie?
Yeah.
Are you being serious, Ben?
Francis-
You're asking?
No, I'm not asking.
Oh my
What's your
God.
favorite movie?
Here, let me show. Look. This is a perfect opportunity. Watch. This is
We're a video pod.
This
Look at this.
wonderful. We're a video pod.
Whoa.
Watch on YouTube. This is a wonderful birthday gift that my wife got me. It's the entirety of Frances Ha frame by frame
Wow.
Nice.
That is
into an
beautiful.
awesome, incredible, beautiful book with the script at the very end. I'm not sure that I can grab it, but I can. Yep, there you
That's
go.
awesome.
So
Wow.
this is a big, heavy book that I have. I think Frances Ha is pretty cool. I will not be vetoing Marriage Story.
Yeah, and maybe that's something I anticipated. You know, maybe I anticipated Frances Ha maybe getting up on here, so I had to get ahead of it.
Oh, so you're playing a little defense here. Is your game?
Maybe.
Okay.
Staying a little quiet about it, but I had the same thought, to be honest. I was curious if you would
Huh.
veto anything here. So I'm surprised you're not, but I respect it.
Wow. I mean, I do have the 2 vetoes, but like, I got to be honest with both of you. At no point in time was I like, Frances Ha, put it on the list. Just
Really?
never occurred to me.
Interesting.
Mm. And maybe that's just, goes to show that I'm draft pilled and I don't really have a brain. And I just choose movies for the sake of it. I mean, yeah, to me, Frances Ha is the better movie for me personally, but both 5-star films. So I'm cool with Marriage Story here. I think a great representation for Noah Baumbach. I think also an interesting conversation here with 13 and 12, both being from 21st century auteurs who, one obviously kind of more in their twilight years, and one on the, I guess, the back end of their, kind of best years of filmmaking, but both in which they have made projects for massive streaming platforms
Mm-hmm.
that have seen none to varying degrees of physical media release with them. And what that, I think, kind of signifies for the 21st century. I think there's a cool subtext there. So I like this pick for that. Okay.
It's a great call.
So we've got number 12 off the list. That means we also have Noah Baumbach off the list, of course.
Yeah.
1 movie per director. Now, it brings me to me, and I don't know what I want to do. What should we do? What should we do? I'm open to other things. I'm open to speaking.
I mean, you
collaborating.
mentioned that you didn't like prep too much for this, but like, what do you have? Like, do you have the list from the first episode, like the leftovers of that list, or like what are you going off of right now?
I am going off of my personal list that I used in a Patreon episode of The Rolling Tape, in which we were discussing the best movies of the 2020s, and that quickly turned into a draft because of my presence. So why wouldn't it? But now I'm realizing right now, 39 minutes into this pod, that we are in fact doing the last 25 years and not just the 2020s. So now I'm looking at the right list where anything's possible.
Great. Great.
So many options.
Well, I can't
Thousands
play
of
Synecdoche in New
options.
York. That's off my list.
I'm curious if we're gonna do one of those asterisks directors.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's look. Quentin Tarantino, Paul Thomas Anderson, Christopher Nolan, David Fincher, Damien Chazelle, Richard Linklater, Denis Villeneuve. These are the people that I have put an asterisk next to as I think are the most prescient for this list. That'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 people. I guess I'm getting a little bit perplexed because I want to work from 1 down, right? Like I think it's easier to do that than the exercise that we're actually doing here, where it's like, I think there's like a pretty clear Tarantino. There's a clear PTA for me. There's a clear Lynch. There's a clear Fincher. That would be 4. But it's like, if I don't play it now, will it be clear to one of you? Which is the inherent risk of this draft. Ben, you did mention Michael Clayton earlier.
I did.
Where are you at on that? Are you looking to play that here?
I'm super pro Michael Clayton. I think it would have fit beautifully in 13 to 25.
Yeah.
If it does get played tonight, it will probably be at the 10 spot.
Okay.
Or 1.
What if...
Hard to say.
Always a possibility. What if I were to play it here? Are you not up for a little bit of like, I play yours here, maybe you're open to pitches at 10?
Listen, I'm taking calls, so you can pitch anything you want. I just watched Moneyball, so I'm in the mood. Let's figure it out. But I can't promise you you're going to like what I play.
Come on, Ben. Sophie, where are you at on all this? I thought you wanted to be collaborative. I'm like begging for help, and you're not offering very much.
Well, if Ben said he would maybe play it at 10, I don't think you should waste one of your picks. Like if he feels aligned on that, maybe put something up that you don't think one of us will play. But I do think we're pretty. I agree with you that we're pretty aligned on like what the Fincher movie is, what the PTA movie is. At least I think we are.
Yeah. And I guess my biggest concern is like those things: the PTA, the Fincher, the Tarantino, the Nolan, possibly the Lynch, possibly. Like, are these all top 5 movies? Should we disperse them to be a little individualistic?
I think it's never safe to assume someone else is going to play it higher. That's just my opinion.
You guys.
Like, don't actually play your number 11 here. Play your like number 5 here.
Yeah.
Right.
It would be my advice to a beginner, but you're a bet here. I don't need to explain this to you. You know what you're doing.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
I'm kind of up in the air between 2. Both are character studies. Yeah. Do you want to talk about them?
Yeah.
So one of them is from a director on the short list. The other is not listed here on the short list. And I know you might wince at that idea, but I have a reason. So the 2 that I'm up in the air on would be Before Sunset. I think a very important movie that ultimately has to be on this list. I think in some form or fashion. And the other one would be Tar, directed by Todd Field. 2 very starkly different character studies that represent very different things. Of course, Before Sunset is much more near and dear to my heart, but also, Sophie, I'm really taking your advice to heart of like, let's be a little spicy here. Tar would be that pick.
Yeah, I agree. Tar is spicier. Tar is more original. You know, I love Tar. Tar is a perfect movie to me. Before Sunset, I think all 3 of us would agree it should be on this list. So I think you can assume that one will be played later on. But that's just me.
Ben just told me, the newbie, not to assume anything. So
I happen to know he rewatched it and said it was,
Okay. Yeah, sure. Let's get a little bit spicy. Let's put Tar here at number 12. I
like that.
Todd Field 2022 masterpiece of the downfall of Lydia Tarr, who is a fictional character and is not real, and how she's the greatest father around, really, ultimately, is pretty much what we're left with at the end of the day. I've been dying to rewatch Tar for a really, really, really long time. And so, yeah, it kind of feels right to put here at 12.
Was that movie on any of those big lists? I don't remember.
I don't think so, actually. I'm looking
I don't
through.
remember seeing it.
I don't see it on the New York Times, and I know that it was not on IndieWire as well. So
Okay.
we're going off script.
So far, we're looking really original over here on the Movie
2 for
Draft
2.
Pod.
Pretty good. Movie Draft
Yeah.
Pod, putting in the work, doing things their own way. Okay. Any words on Tar before we move on?
I mean, you have one of the best written and performed movies of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And then you went with Tar. So, I mean,
What the fuck?
I don't know.
What the hell?
It wasn't even on, it's not on my list anywhere. It's not on my 100. This movie's good, but like the 11th best movie of the last 25 years. Like,
I would argue. I think I have a lot of ground to stand on.
yeah.
And I think people that love Tar, and that is like no surprise. So apparently, rumored to be Todd Field's last film, and he is like not in the zone right now making another movie. So in 5 years, this could look like a really good pick. I'm just thinking forward, I'm
I think
thinking
it looks
about
great right now.
our preservation.
I'm thinking 1 hour forward when we're recapping this list, and Before Sunset is not on here because you played Tar.
It'll be on here.
I would actually think I would
Okay.
actually be okay with that. I would think that's kind of cool.
All
But
right.
again, I encourage people to listen to the show, because if Before Sunset doesn't make it, people are going to be like, where was Before Sunset? It's like,
Yeah.
we talked about it, man. Okay, so Tar, this takes Todd Field off of the board. Notable that we've got a 2019 and a 2022 movie so far. Both films within the last 6 years.
Mhm.
Something I do think we were adamant about trying to avoid on the part one. We were trying to get a wide depth and breadth of different years, which I think we achieved to great success, but we'll see how these remaining 10 go. So, Ben, you have number 10
I do.
right now.
Yeah. I really honestly wanted to come into this and just play all foreign language films. That was my goal. I was hoping to do that, and I still plan to play a few. This movie is not technically a foreign language film, but there's a lot of foreign language in it. And I think I'm going to play this director's best film. Not my favorite, but his best film. And that is going to be Inglourious Bastards.
Huh.
Nice.
Lot of foreign language in here. He even wrote it's his masterpiece in the script. You know what I mean? So it's kind of there. Brad helped me with another win a couple weeks ago. So I got to represent Brad on here. I don't know. This is, I think, my favorite personally. Like if this was Ben's list, it would be Kill Bill Volume 1. That's my favorite Tarantino, but this is like a close number 2, and I think it's his best movie. Just the performances we get. Christoph Waltz, like we all kind of met him, I think, here, and we're just like, who the fuck's this guy? He's amazing, and he is. Like, he's so good in this. I know that there's a big hive out there for the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I think that's a fine movie, but to me, this is more Tarantino. This is more original, I guess. I love this movie, and yeah, that's why I'm playing it here.
Okay. Sophie, how are you feeling? This is obviously very famously your favorite Tarantino, if not one of your favorite movies ever.
Yeah, thank you, Ben. I'm feeling thankful over here. I mean, on my personal list, I feel like this on some days could be like my number one movie of the 21st century. I think it's absolutely incredible. And I agree. Like there are some days where maybe I like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood better, but I think this is clearly his best film, his masterpiece. It's like the most well-rounded, and I think the script is just kind of a miracle. And it was going to be played by me if it wasn't played by one of you. So
sweet.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at that collaboration we got going.
Yeah, well, there's a third person on the show, guys.
There is.
Things are looking up for me. Like this list is like looking great.
Dialing it back to 2009 with Inglourious Bastards. I think this is a big play, not only for the film chosen for Tarantino, but of course the fact that it does take Tarantino off the board now. I for some reason thought we would like have a real conversation about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which I guess I should have never expected considering you were here, Ben. And you, Sophie, to some extent. I mean, I love Inglourious Bastards. It's just like, it's not my favorite Tarantino, at least in the 21st century. But I respect it. I get it. I see it. Like, I don't, I don't want to stomp on people's, this is Tarantino's masterpiece, he wrote it in the script kind of vibe, which, I'll be honest, is pretty goated, but also like, if you catch me on the wrong day, I'll be like, that's dumb. So it really depends.
It's a lot of Tarantino stuff. Yeah. It's either goated or dumb.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think this is cool. Not on any of the lists, I don't think. Not on IndieWire, not on New York Times. Oh, it is on New York Times at number 14. Excuse me. It is not on IndieWire's top 100.
14. I like that.
Me too.
So it is 14 on New York Times. Yeah, this is great. I mean, obviously we mention it all the time on here, but I don't think it hurts to have a movie about killing Nazis right now, right here. So This is great. Okay.
Are you going to ride your 2 vetoes all the way to the end, Ethan?
It depends. It depends what I see. Depends what speaks to me. I also would like to work harmoniously. I'd like to collaborate. So really, the vetoes are just a safety net, really, if one of you really fucks up, which is totally possible. We are back to you, Sophie. I mean, let me just say, Ben, you kind of false promised me a little bit. You're like, Michael Clayton, we'll talk about it at 10, and then you just fucking didn't. So that happened.
Yeah. That happens.
That's all right.
Just like all the promises you made on that first episode, you're just like, nah, I'm not going to play that shit. Like, as I was listening to it, I was like, I think he's promised all 4 of his picks to these people. Like,
oh my God.
There's no way. It was great.
I know I promised to Bong Joon-ho and a specific PTA, which I hope the conversation happens. But yeah, outside of that, it's a new day. All allegiances are gone.
I like it.
Sophie, you have number 9.
I do. Well, I think there's a bit of information I would like to have if you'll give it to me. What PTA was being discussed?
That will not be talked about. That was your homework on your time.
Well, that's
actually okay. Wait,
this is to your benefit,
hold on.
Because I could do something crazy right now.
I know. Hold on. Okay, so Sophia and myself had adamantly discussed advocating for Phantom Thread as the PTA movie here on this list. I think that's a discussion worth having here, whether I stick to that or not. Again, it's a new day, but that is what we discussed. That is what was being thrown around as the PTA movie of the 21st century.
Interesting. Ben, do you have an opinion on that?
I do not want to abandon my boy. I don't think we should abandon our boy for Phantom Thread, personally.
I would agree. I mean, I think there's arguments to be had on both sides. I think they're 2 remarkably similar yet distinctly different PTAs, as of course that we get with all of his movies. I will say, in the time that we recorded that episode and in the month preceding, I have been an MC at a corporate work event in which they gave me a microphone for 2.5 hours to heckle employees playing pickleball, and I referenced There Will Be Blood about 75 times. So it's in the vein.
That's awesome.
I basically, every time somebody mishit the pickleball, I said, don't abandon that pickleball like Daniel Day-Lewis abandoned his boy. So I feel great about There Will Be Blood. 9 seems low to me.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know if we're having this conversation now or not.
I just needed that insight. I also think those would be the 2 films that I would be going back and forth on, and I agree that I think both of them should be higher. I just needed to get that out of the way. I'm not going to play a PTA film right now.
I like it.
But I would have if you were like really adamant about one I didn't like, you know what I mean? But
sure. No.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that. Into the single digits. There's a lot of pressure now.
Okay. I I'm really adamant about which Nolan makes this list, obviously.
Sure.
So I'd like to play Oppenheimer right now.
I thought about playing it at 11.
Oh, thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
I don't love that it's like a more recent pick, but to me, if Nolan is going to be represented on this list, it has to be Oppenheimer. I don't know if Ben will agree with that, obviously, Dark Knight fan that he is, but I think we already have a comic book movie represented in 13 through 25 in Spider-Man 2. I mean, I personally don't think we need another one. I think one is enough. And I think Oppenheimer is just like a culmination of Nolan's career. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty obvious why I want it here. Not very surprising.
I approve. I mean, this is the right Nolan pick. This is the right spot for it, in my opinion. And I think this is great. I'm just, of course, waiting for Ben to.
Yeah, I'm not
bust
getting
out
my
the
hopes
veto.
up yet.
I mean, it's cool. Like, there's two parts to this. One, it's great that Sophie has the override, because if I vetoed her, she couldn't override it, which would be fantastic. But I also know I'm up against two Oppenheimer fans here, so it'd be a wasted veto. And I actually do kind of agree that like we don't need two comic book movies, even though it's like taken over the industry in the last 25 years, and it like statistically makes sense probably to have two on there, just like with the amount of comic book movies that we've had. And I think the Dark Knight's influence on the Oscars is a huge thing as well. And I just, great film, but Oppenheimer also good, you know what I mean? So
Oppenheimer good.
Oppenheimer good. Yeah. Put it on the poster. Yeah. I mean, look, we've talked about Oppenheimer ad nauseum on this pod more times than enough. But, really, can you talk about Oppenheimer too much? Probably not. I did, however, just rewatch Inception a few days ago, and I do have a piece that when this episode comes out will be live on the rollingtape.com, marking Inception as the most important movie in Nolan's filmography that has led him to where he is now, because there are so many of his thematic and production building blocks that we see even in Oppenheimer, in Inception. And I think that would have been an interesting conversation in like the 22 range. But of course, that was never going to happen because it had to be Oppenheimer. So, yeah. That's a big one off the board. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tarantino and Nolan back to back.
Yeah. Jeez.
Film bro status. Look at us.
Here we go. That's crazy. All right. So we are
about to vamp for 5 minutes while
4
Ethan
picks.
figures out his pick.
Hey, listen. If I had my own Jack Sanders or Bobby, I wouldn't have to vamp. But, I got to manage the doc. I got things we got to do on the production side
do it all.
that nobody sees.
Yeah.
So I got to do what I can with what I have. We are 4 picks into this. Nobody has exercised a veto or a veto override. Little weary of that. Because I do feel, and I don't know, you'll have to correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like generally with collaborative drafts, if they're not exercised by like 5, they're usually just tossed aside because people get a little tight in the top 5. But again, could be wrong here. Who's to say?
I mean, I feel like it's gone both ways. Like we've had it played throughout or not played at all, but we've also had like a calm first half and a crazy second half. And maybe that's what we're about to get into, because this is about to become very subjective, I feel.
Okay. Will you guys allow me a minute to do the exercise again? Because I'm not feeling superb about where we're headed. So in my opinion, and this could differ between you guys, but in my opinion, we need a Paul Thomas Anderson. There's a David Lynch that I think we should at least have a conversation around. A David Fincher. A Richard Linklater that has been supposedly promised to be played on this list. That would be 4. A Bong Joon-ho. A potential Tony Gilroy. That would be 6. And then we've got 2 other spots for Jordan Peele, Wong Kar-wai, Hayao Miyazaki, like Chazelle. So like this is kind of the no man's land. I feel like 8 and 7.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what to do because I came ill prepared.
I mean, do you have any thoughts, or like, are you going between a couple, or are you really just kind of up in the air? Please don't play up in the air. But that'd be wild.
That would be
crazy.
Oh yeah, that would be nonsense.
I mean, really looking at this list, some of it's gonna be crazy. Like, who's not on here? Like, we may not get a Wes Anderson. That's kind of wild. Like, for everything he's done since 2000, it's kind of nuts.
I mean, I'm not playing it. You know?
Yeah, I'm not either.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's showing up. I just like it's crazy some of these names that are on here.
Totally.
I mean, you went through that whole list, Ethan, but you didn't even talk about Denis.
Yeah.
Arguably 2 of the biggest movies of the last 25 years.
He's the one asterisk where it's like he's not like the others for me. Like, I'm fine not including him personally.
I could see that. Yeah, I could see that.
Hot take, I wouldn't play a Dune movie if I was playing Denis.
I wouldn't either, but I also haven't seen Arrival. So I'm a bad target audience on that.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I don't know, guys. Okay. Here's what I'm thinking, because again, I'm a little dubious of like where we're headed in the future, and I'm also like the most ill prepared / let's go for chaos. This fulfills the idea of individualism slightly. What if we put Mulholland Drive at 8? What if we put Lynch here, free up 7 spots? Not to say Lynch shouldn't be in the top 3 or 5, but I think it's pretty unanimous that Mulholland Drive is number 2 on
New York Times.
New York Times is very high on the IndieWire, was very high on the New York Times participant list. I think is like unanimously regarded as the movie for Lynch to be putting on here that ultimately ushers us into the 21st century of cinema and what is possible. A movie that I don't think I saw the first time we recorded part 1, and I've since seen it. And of course, like anybody who sees this, I am not the same. So I feel like this would be kind of fun here.
Yeah, I like that here. I'm personally not like the biggest Lynch head, so I wasn't going to put up one of his films, but I think if it was going to be one, it should be this one. I do think he should be represented on the list because obviously he's had such a huge role in the 21st century. So I think this is a perfect spot for it.
Yeah, I think it's this was one of the 2 movies I watched for the first time in prep for this.
Nice.
I had never seen it before, and seeing it as number 2 on the New York Times list and just knowing overall how well it's regarded, it felt like something I needed to watch. I watched it, I rated it, and the rating really has to, like, it reflects my brain more than anything else. Like, I'm aware it's a 5-star movie, but I think my brain caught like 4 of the stars, so I need to rewatch it again to like get all of it. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's great. It's Mulholland Drive.
I think it, of course, does fulfill what you said, Sophie, of the recognition of Lynch and the influence that he has had on the 21st century, and how important his movies and his style of like telling things about kind of dual realities, personalities, your attachment to somebody, yourself, other things is done. So, okay, cool. Yeah, I like this, actually. I think this is a cool spot for Mulholland Drive.
Nice.
Great.
Oldest movie on this list. We do have another 2001 movie. Y Tu Mamá También was number 22. Okay. Ben, you're at 7.
I am at 7. I think I am going to play Let's see here. I'm trying to see where it's at on my list. Yeah, I feel like this belongs here. I think we need some representation of a specific, maybe not genre, but style. And I think we need some animation on here.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we need Hayao Miyazaki's Spirited Away at number 7.
Awesome.
Like,
Love it.
in like dumb statement of the night, but like we're just kind of dealing with perfect movies at this point. Like ideally, that's what we're dealing with here. And Spirited Away is that. I think like Spider-Man 2 is representing comic book movies. I think Spirited Away could represent animation. Obviously, like it's inspired a lot of people. Many people have called it their favorite film, and I just think it's super beautiful. It's my favorite of his for sure. And I have it at number 8 on my all-time list. Like I just think it's like such a good movie. Food in Ghibli movies always looks so fucking good. Like they crushed that in this movie too. I think No Face is just one of the coolest characters of all time. I love No Face so much. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't have anything intelligent to say about this movie other than it fucking rocks. And I think it should be on the list. So Spirited Away at 7.
I love it.
it.
It's a great pick. Another 2001 feature film. I think everything that you said is basically exactly what we just did with Lynch. Of like, we need Hayao on here for what he represents for the mode of storytelling, the way we visualize things, the way we see certain characters deal with certain emotions. Yeah. Spirited Away is like all encompassing. It's really interesting because to me, it does parallel with Mulholland Drive of like the first time you watch it, you're just like, holy cow, I don't know if I got all that. And then you watch it again and again and again, and you're like, wow, I totally see the perfections here. A great movie to put on this list. Number 9, excuse me, on the New York Times did not make the IndieWire list.
Interesting.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. So I think this is our first animated feature film on our list of 25.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. Oh, I already put it on the dock. I'm trying to put it twice. It's so good. Okay, another Ben pick. No Michael Clayton. I was sold a fucking lie. So whatever.
Still number 1 left.
Wow, still no vetoes.
That'd be crazy. Okay, yeah, so we have 6 to go. We've not enacted any vetoes. We each have 2 more picks. Not feeling great about that, but we shall proceed.
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay.
I'm feeling... Okay, here's my thing.
Okay.
I think that Parasite should probably be on the list, but at the same time, I just feel like that's such a basic ass pick, you know? So I kind of want to shake it up, but at the same time, I'm like, Parasite is undeniable. Like when those lists came out, there was just no world in which that wasn't going to be like the number 1 movie. Like it just,
right.
It's just so universally loved. So yeah, I think what you mentioned
about Parasite is really interesting because it was the unanimous number 1 for New York Times, both participants and editors, I believe. And I think it is like one of the few, if not the only movie that you can have that attitude towards in the 21st century where you're like, everybody gets it. Literally every fucking person understands why this is number 1 on every single list pretty much ever.
Yeah.
And it is really basic and it is really stale because of that. But then you say that out loud and you're like, no, but it's Parasite.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's magical, right? So
yeah.
It is a walking contradiction when it comes to rankings and lists. It's Parasite, you know?
I know. And it just feels like one of those picks where it's like, just throw it up there, you know? Like it's not super interesting to talk about because of just it's Parasite. Like it is, yeah. But at the same time, I'm like, it's kind of a crime to not include it. But my mind was kind of like, what if we went rogue and did like Memories of Murder instead? That's where my mind was going.
The Host, yeah. That'd be awesome.
But
Interesting. Interesting. Should we tell her, Ben, or should we not tell her? Let's save it.
what?
No, nothing. I want to see how your thought finishes before I say anything.
I was curious
neither
if
of
you were
have
going to
seen
be.
Memories of Murder or something.
No, absolutely not. No.
I didn't know if you were like sticking with Bong no matter what. You know, when you said like let's mix it up. So it's interesting that you're like Bong is 6. What's it going to be? But to both you guys' points, I mean, Parasite.
Yeah.
Do you not think it's good enough just to have this conversation and be like, we recognize it, we're opting not to put it on the list?
No.
Not for the people that comment and don't listen, and I'm going to call you out because you're not fucking listening to this. But there are so many people that'd be like, "Hey, where the fuck's Parasite?" It's like, I don't know. Listen, about the hour 10-minute mark, we talked about it. You know.
Mm-hmm. Gosh.
Tough decision.
Hot seat.
Yeah, real tough.
Well, can I say where else my mind is going? Like, this is kind of my thought process right now. Is that I think that within the remaining 6, we're gonna have a Fincher, we're gonna have a PTA. I could put the link later here if we want. I think that Ben is going to play a Wong Kar-wai movie. That's a theory that I have in my head that I would like that to be played as well. So those are the ones I would like to be on this list, along with Parasite, I think.
5 would be Parasite.
So as long as that stuff happens, as long as all of that
you're banking on a lot. That's very how we ran our energy. You're just like, parlay, let's bet on this shit and make it all happen.
I think I'm just delaying the inevitable, which is that I think that I should play Parasite. It's just, it just feels boring, but I know that it's not boring. Like, it's one of the greatest films of all time. So yeah, I'll put Parasite up there.
Okay. Ben,
I think it's a great pick.
Approve? Okay.
Yeah.
You kind of had a look like you might have had something up your sleeve, or you're just like, not today. But
no,
okay,
I'm cool with it. I'm curious, how the rest of this is going to play out. Because everything you mentioned makes sense. The 5 films you mentioned, and we have 6 spots. So
right.
I'm curious to see what Ethan does here.
Oh, it is my turn. Well, that's not ideal. So when I did mention earlier of Ben, should we tell her? Sophie, you have not listened to part 1. Kevin and myself had a very, let's say, bold discussion about what Bong Joon-ho film should make the list. He did posit Memories of Murder in a spot, and I did veto that, and I did do it with the intention of playing Parasite high up the list. So I thank you for letting that come to fruition, see a reality, because that was one of the promises I made, and you fulfilled it.
Got it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's not surprising. Kevin is a big Memories of Murder guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I respect that he was trying to go individual, trying to go off list, which was cool, but not on my watch. All right. So we have 5 to go.
It's really kind of hit me right now that I have the number 1 pick. Just like, I don't know what to play it for. And I don't know. Obviously, that's the whole point of this exercise. But like, I don't know what you guys are going to do at 2 and 3. Oh my God, this is going to be... But I refuse to collaborate. I just want to know what you guys are going to do.
Sophie, I still say you screwed up. You should not have taken Drafter C.
I have faith that he's not going to go too rogue. But we'll see.
You haven't known Ben as long as I have. You have not potted with Ben as long as I have. Let me tell you. Does it worry either of you that we probably are not going to see a Steven Spielberg movie on this list?
No.
No worries.
Best work was before.
Agreed.
Okay. I'll just leave that there. That's
don't play
conversation
the Fablemans
for another time. I would never. Would I play Vanilla Sky here? Maybe. I'd consider. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is really when the strategy sets in. Kind of realize It's not going to work. We don't have enough spots. Is it important to put Avatar on here in any capacity?
Nah.
You mentioned it. We're good.
That was it. That's all we needed to do.
I think that's what it deserves.
Okay. So if I want to circle back around on the Richard Linklater.
Okay.
Is that still, you still like swirling around on that one? Or has the time passed? Like, are you still considering playing Before Sunset?
Oh, yeah. I think it has to be in this top 5.
Right, but you only have one pick. That's
well, it just depends on how the next 2 picks go. Like, I don't know.
Oh, right. You do have a veto and a veto override. Huh. So, okay. So
almost like I said half an hour ago. Sunset may not get played. That's crazy.
Oh, who would have thought?
But Tar's there.
Deservedly so. Don't try to fucking slander Tar. That's out of control. Okay. What if we did something similar here? And Ben, if Sophie's theory is correct, and you do play a Wong Kar-wai movie at 4, I think putting this at 5 would make for a really fun, interesting, diverse top 3. What if we put There Will Be Blood here at 5? Put the PTA movie on the board. Say this is undoubtedly the 5th best movie of the 21st century, and have a little potential wiggle room in the top 3.
Go with God. Yeah.
Yeah.
I say do it.
I think you should do it. I also agree that
Okay.
There Will Be Blood is the better pick over Phantom Thread.
Okay.
Personally.
Do you just out of like personal affectation for the film?
No, I think I revisit Phantom Thread more, and that, I mean, it does feel like a more rewatchable and accessible film, but I think There Will Be Blood is just like has more to say and is just a bigger film with a bigger central performance, and yeah.
Agreed. Okay, I'll play There Will Be Blood at 5. Sophia Seminello, if you're listening, I'm so very sorry, but we recognize Phantom Thread's greatness, and I think Phantom Thread has like a very special kind of mark within the PTA filmography, and it has a very special place. It's just kind of impossible to touch There Will Be Blood. That's just kind of how it works.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm excited. I'm seeing There Will Be Blood on 35mm in a handful of weeks, and I
Jealous.
can't wait. Yeah, it's going to be sweet. All right. So we're down to the top 4. Ben, Sophie, myself, and Ben, you have the number 1 pick.
Yes, I do. Thanks, you
I
guys.
can't believe we've used nothing.
A little worrisome. Yeah, this, at
We're
what
being
point are you just like,
collaborative.
it's kind of lame? People like
Yeah,
chaos.
should we start over?
Rabbit, do it again. It
Oh.
started out like the 12 through 9 was like, that's when I would have expected Ben to put a veto up, personally.
Mhm.
We're long past that now.
We really are. Maybe I should have used it on Tar. Who knows?
Yeah.
Sophie
you're the
just seemed
one-
on
you're
board
the
with
one.
it. Like, so I'm like, well, it's just gonna be a waste.
Oh, like you thought she would have overridden you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
That's kinda
Well,
what I was
nonetheless,
thinking.
that would have been fun. Play the override. Then I can't do my bit every time of like, nobody's played the override.
I don't
You
know if I would have.
Watch that.
But
Oh,
we'll
interesting.
never know.
Oh, cool. So like, awesome. An hour removed, you're just like, well, Tar, maybe not
I
as
love
good as
Tar,
we
but
thought.
I wasn't going to play it myself. Like, I don't care about it that much being up here.
Okay.
I think
you had my
13 through
you had my
25 would've
fucking
been-
back when I played it at 11.
I
You were like,
still do,
yes,
Ethan.
that's awesome. Okay. Well, that doesn't sound like it.
All right. Well, let's keep this going with another foreign language film.
Hold it.
From the early 2000s.
Do it.
One of my absolute favorites. I think it's a pretty perfect film, and I rewatched it today. And I'm going to be playing City of God from 2002. Cidade de Deus. About two brothers in
Okay.
Rio de Janeiro. One becomes a photographer. One becomes a drug dealer. it is like an insanely visceral film. There are moments of acting in this where I'm just like, did that person really get shot? Like the way they're reacting to what happened. When I first watched this, I didn't know some of it was like documentary stuff. Like it's really kind of intense. But I spent some time in Brazil, luckily not in the favelas of Rio, because that's just like a gnarly place to be. And I think this movie kind of captures that. And yeah, I don't know. I think it's a perfect movie, and I just want some more international representation. So I'm going to go with City of God at number 4. Have either of you seen it?
Yeah, I have. I've seen it. I like it. I don't know if I like it as much as most people, but I do like it on this list. Like I think that's a good pick.
Okay. I've never seen it. I hit play today around 12:30, and about 4 seconds in, I thought, whoa, hold on. I have to edit a lot of upcoming pods, and I don't have the 2 hours and 9 minutes to watch City of God, unfortunately. So I had to abandon ship. I knew you were going to play this, Ben. You had given me a little bit of a.
It's the one bit of insight I gave you. That was
Didn't want to give a girl a heads up, Ethan. Like
you said, every man for himself on these collaborative drafts. Okay, I don't want to be that guy, but like I haven't seen the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I find myself primed for a veto here.
For a movie you haven't seen.
Yeah, I mean, don't kick me while I'm down. Like I admitted I haven't seen City of God. What more do you want?
No, it's totally fine. I just, yeah, follow your heart.
So
man.
here's what happens though. If I veto this movie, number one, listeners are mad at me because I haven't seen a foreign language film and they think that I am lame. Number two, you, Ben, become remarkably unhinged and you also have the number 1 pick.
Yeah.
Can I risk your attitude changing prior to this number 1 pick? Probably not.
Yeah, I wouldn't bet on it.
Wouldn't poke the sleeping dragon here?
Yeah.
Okay.
But again, like you want chaos, you want whatever, like makes for a good pod. I honestly almost think it'd be more remarkable if we get through all 12 of these without using a veto. Like that's kind of crazy if that actually happens. I know we still have technically 4 picks that we're dealing with, but that'd be kind of wild. Has that happened? Have we done like no vetoes on an episode? I mean, I know it's like,
maybe.
Yeah, that's kind of wild.
I can't think of an episode where that would be the case.
We're all being so respectful and nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. After that pitch, I don't want to be that guy. I'll just let you enjoy the movie that you've chosen here.
I appreciate that.
It is remarkably high on my watch list, and I'm very excited to watch it. It's got a 4.5 curve on Letterboxd. It is undeniably like powerful. It is number 15 on the New York Times list. I will admit that I read the first sentence on the New York Times list and I was like, whoa, I'm not mentally ready for that movie.
Okay.
That sounds about right. It says a teenager forces a younger teenager to kill an even younger child. And I thought, well, I'd like to eat my lunch in peace.
Yeah.
That's where I was.
That's not a lunchtime movie.
No.
Yeah, that's put that on the poster. Not a lunchtime movie.
Not a lunchtime movie. Oppenheimer, good.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. We've got City of God here, a 2002 pick. Now we each have one single pick left to round out the top 25 movies of the 21st century.
Yeah. For me, I know what 3 I would pick. I'm curious.
I'm a little worried.
Yeah.
I know exactly what I want, and I'm just deciding whether or not to be transparent about it. Because
so you started this pod saying let's all work together, and now you're saying I don't want to tell you.
I want to work together,
what I
but
want.
I'm scared that if I say what it is, you guys will just do the opposite.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, we do have a lot of power. I mean, there's a lot of vetoes left on the board.
Okay,
You're in good
Ethan,
spirits.
I'd like to discuss something with you.
With Ethan. All right.
Oh, with me
I'll see
personally.
myself
Wow.
out.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Well, because
Sidebar.
I don't know what Ben's gonna do. Like Ben's gonna do what he's gonna do at number one. But it is my belief that the
Right.
Social Network should be the David Fincher pick, and that it should be as high up as possible.
Okay.
So what I'm proposing is I will play Before Sunset here if you play the Social Network next.
Okay. We'll switcheroo there.
That's my proposal. Because like I can play the Social Network here, like that's fine, and then you can choose to have Richard Linklater or not. But I just think the Social Network should be even that little bit higher. So that's what I'm proposing.
I mean, this entire proposition hangs in the balance of me actually wanting Before Sunset on this list.
Don't you?
You know? Part of me does, but like, you know, we've got some cool movies out there.
What else would you rather have than one of your favorite films?
So here's the thing, though. We have Past Lives at number 18. Is that not kind of an an overarching like romance?
No.
Okay. I'm asking. I'm not saying I believe that. I'm just asking.
No,
I don't think it carries the weight needed. Yeah.
Okay, so Sophie, you would play Before Sunset if I play the Social Network at 2.
Yeah, because what I'm worried about is Ben playing a different Fincher movie.
Oh, really?
Why. That's just what I don't remember his thoughts on the Social Network. I just know he revisited a different Fincher movie for this draft, so that's why I'm feeling nervous.
Okay. I think that's fair. Ben, can we sidebar? And if I don't play the Social Network, you play the game at number 1?
Yeah, let's do it.
I don't think the game is eligible. I think it came out in 1999.
Yeah.
It did, 1997. Fuck. Okay, that could have been fun.
I'll play Mank.
I mean,
thank God. That'd be awesome.
Please, God, don't. Just play The Killer. The Killer at number 1 would be goated. It's not that I'm not intrigued, Sophie. I think you're putting up those defensive walls pretty high here. And it's not that. Yeah?
Like if you don't care about Before Sunset, then I'm going to play it anyways, and then you can decide.
I mean, okay, so you're going to play it anyways. I mean, I agree with you. The Fincher movie is The Social Network. There's zero question about it. That's
okay.
And I mean, that just has to be the fact. Whether it gets played by me or Ben, up in the air. I mean, if I don't feel good about Ben playing it, then I'll play it too. But do you want me to like clue you in on a little something here?
Sure.
Ben has his list made available publicly on Letterboxd right now. You could see where he puts the Social Network on that list. I know it's not great potting. It is great for this list, though.
I'm not gonna look. I'm not gonna look.
Okay, because it's at 87. So you're good.
You're lying. Okay, okay. I'm gonna play Before Sunset here because I think it should be here. And I think if you guys had any sense in your heads, you would play the Social Network at either 1 or 2 because that's obviously the film that has defined the century so far. And that's what I'm going to do.
Okay. I love Before Sunset at 3. I will not be vetoing it. Ben, are you going to veto this?
No, this was one of the 3 left that I wanted played. So I think this is great.
Okay. So it takes Richard Linklater off the board. I think it pays off that we waited this one out. I think Before Sunset at 3 is really, really cool. And I think we all agree about that. Like, I think it's at 49 on the New York Times list. That's far too low. Like 3 is right, is the problem. So, yeah, I really like this pick. Okay. 2 and 1, Ben. 2
and 1. Look at us.
I Now, The Social Network is one of them. Do you agree with that?
I think
He agrees.
if you played it too, that'd be awesome.
If I played it 2, would you play it at 1? What if I don't play it at 2? Would you play it at 1?
There's one way for us to find out.
Sophie, between you and I, we have 3 vetoes, so we could really pummel him into the ground if he doesn't play it.
That's true.
Try to make him play it. If that
well,
doesn't
Ethan,
work.
what other movie do you want? Like, that's kind of the thing here.
That's the question.
Well, can we be collaborative?
The problem for me is it's not necessarily that I want a specific number 2 here. It's that if I play The Social Network, I don't have a good take on what Ben wants at number 1.
Well,
you know what
do.
I mean? What?
I still think he's gonna play a Wong Kar-wai film.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, but like, Ben likes a lot of movies, you know? And if you catch him on the right day, he's not afraid to put it at 1. We've seen it happen before on collaborative drafts.
I'm not the guy you kill. I'm the guy you buy.
Okay. Ben, can we sidebar for a second?
Sure. You want me to do more Michael Clayton quotes?
I would love it if you did, please. You know that I interviewed the composer for the score for this at TIFF last year, for you specifically. And I asked about this movie. He gave us some great insight into the background of the final song in the car and how they came up with that moment, which was really neat. If I put Michael Clayton here, will you play the Social Network at 1? Sophie's face.
Never mind.
Pure despair.
No.
No, what? Say it, sister.
No, nothing.
Really? You look like you just got the soul sucked out of you, and now you have nothing to say.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Okay.
My version of good podcasting is not collaborating, so I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to do at number 1. Like whether or not I'll play Social Network. We got to have some suspense, you know?
Ethan, think about what Ben has been saying throughout this podcast. He wants to represent foreign language films.
No, you're totally right. Michael Clayton, foreign language. Litigation. Nobody understands it, you know? The law. Okay. I'll play the Social Network at 2. I trust your theory, Sophie. I trust you, Ben, as my best friend, to not fuck this up.
Yeah. You did take the Burj Khalifa from me. I haven't forgotten. So I'm just putting that out there.
I was in it to win it. I had no personal feelings, you know. I just was trying to get the best stunt on my team.
Understandable.
So I'm going to play the Social Network at 2. Ben, you have a veto. Sophie, you have a veto.
I'm not going to veto this.
We're good. Okay.
I'm not vetoing this.
Okay. Undeniably, I think what you said, Sophie, is right. Like, the not only David Fincher movie of this century, but like the movie of the century, even though this is at number 2. Sophie, I haven't gotten the chance to talk to you about the news of the Social Network 2. How are you feeling about that?
Very badly. I think Aaron Sorkin is getting delusional with age, and I think someone needs to take the pen away. But also, like, it could be, I don't know. I think he's not great at directing, so I think the only hope we had was if like maybe someone else was attached, and maybe it would have been good. But I think him doing double duty is just not great, and also the concept that I don't know if he shared like the little blurb about what the movie's going to be about, but like the whole
it's a nightmare.
How it's going to affect other countries, like it just feels too much. It feels like too much. It feels unnecessary. Don't
do
I'm
it.
out on that one.
For real.
Yeah, I'm big out on the Social Network 2 as well. All right, all of our choices have led us to this moment. And that is to choose the very best movie of the 21st century.
Yes.
And it all lies within the hands of Ben.
It does.
A guy
Isn't that
who
crazy?
hates a lot of good movies. Just put that out there.
I can't believe you guys let me have the number one pick.
No. Don't you guys this. I can't believe Sophie let you have the number one pick.
I'm
Who-
It has
trusting.
nothing to do with me.
Who picked first?
It wasn't
Yeah.
down to me or you. I was away from that conversation, okay?
No,
I had immunity.
You guys wanted your vetoes and your overrides and you didn't even use them. I kind of would love to just like
Not yet.
name a bunch of movies to make you guys burn through your vetoes. But I really do like the idea of not having a veto used in a whole episode.
Mhm.
And yeah, obviously like Sophie knows she knows what's going on.
I know what's
we're
going
doing
on.
In the Mood for Love.
No,
at
you
number
don't.
1.
Yes, I do. I'm looking at his list, Sophie. I see it.
Ethan found out what was going on throughout the episode. Sophie knew what was going on.
Uh-huh.
From 2000, I think now is it our earliest film on the list?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Looks like
we have Almost Famous from 2000 in the 23rd spot last episode.
Well,
But this would make it, yeah. I wonder when those came out in the calendar year for the United States. That's a good question.
it looks on here that it was actually 2001 for In the Mood for Love, February 2nd, 2001.
All right, there you
Theatrical. Yeah, I don't know. It's like one of the most beautiful films ever shot. One of the most romantic films, and like nothing happens, and it's amazing and it's perfect. And we saw the tribute to it in Everything Everywhere All at Once. And that was cool to see them like appreciate that and pay some respect to this movie. I mean, I don't know what there is to say about this. Like, it's just, is it unrequited love? Like, it's just love they couldn't have, and as much as they both wanted. And for people who don't know, it's about two people who find out their spouses are cheating with each other on them, but they also have an attraction towards each other, but they like refuse to break that barrier, even though it's been broken from their partners. So it's just this, like, we're watching these people fall in love in the most amazing way, and then kind of nothing comes from it, and it's heartbreaking and it's amazing and it's beautiful. And I got recommended this film by a classmate when I was getting my film degree, because she heard I'd never seen a One Car White. She's like, watching The Mood for Love first, then watch Chungking Express. I'm like, cool. That was some of the best homework I got in college. And it wasn't even for a class. It was like this fucking rip. So In the Mood for Love, so good. I'm super happy with it at number 1.
Mm-hmm. I love it. I think this is great. I think people who may follow me on Letterboxd might be a little hurt that I have this at 3 stars, and that is solely because I watched this movie a long time ago before I really understood film. And I was like, this movie's boring. So, Ben, I think everything that you just said is totally correct. If I were to revisit In the Mood for Love tonight, you know that I'd be sending you a voice memo at midnight being like, what the fuck? Like, why didn't I get this the first time? And now I get it, kind of a thing.
I get it, yeah. Do you have your review pulled up?
No, but I think you liked my review earlier today.
I did. I'm trying to find it.
Please don't make
again.
me.
No,
Oh,
it's
gosh.
like, it's one of the best reviews. It's so
It's so fucking funny. Okay,
it's
let me out myself
hilarious.
because this is hilarious. Okay.
Yeah,
2022, April 16th, 2022. I don't appreciate the fact that I was being dogged on in the beginning of this episode, and I don't like that I'm being dogged on to finish this episode, so let that be known to both of you. But the
I'm
things that I
sorry.
do for you and the listeners, I don't even want to do this. Ben, you read it. I can't even read it.
A complex,
Disgusting.
a complex and emotionally powerful film that says more in its silence than its noise. Aesthetically magnificent. A movie that resonates long after the credits have rolled.
3 stars.
3 stars.
That's crazy.
That's
That's
so
crazy work.
deranged.
Not a
That's so
bad word in there.
deranged.
When I read that, I was like, what?
It's absolutely
Like,
incredible.
Yeah. Perfect film. 3 stars.
Ethan, what
So
were you
good.
on?
Maybe I
I
like
loved
mishit
it.
the star. Maybe like I didn't understand, how the
I
stars
don't know,
worked
yeah.
back then. I don't know, man.
I loved it. I thought it was such a good review.
All right. I'm gonna watch this tonight. I'm watching The Mood for Love tonight. You've done this. Look out for it on the Letterboxd.
Okay, excited.
Please do.
We have accomplished the exercise at hand. We have finished the top 25 movies of the 21st century, part 2 collaborative draft. Let me go through the list real fast, and I do think it is of some minute importance that we mention some movies that did not make our list here today, some directors that didn't make the list. Number 12, Marriage Story. Number 11, Tar. Number 10, Inglourious Bastards. Number 9, Oppenheimer. Number 8, Mulholland Drive. Number 7, Spirited Away. Number 6, Parasite. Number 5, There Will Be Blood. Number 4, City of God. Number 3, Before Sunset. Number 2, The Social Network. And number 1, In the Mood for Love. Our number 1 is the number 4 on the New York Times list.
Oh, okay.
Important to note. All right. You guys feeling good about this? You think it was a good exercise?
Yeah, given what we were asked to do, I feel good about this list. I think we had 12 spots. That was it, and I think we put together a pretty good list.
Yeah, I love this list. I think it's lovely. I mean, they're like some of these are definitely not ones I would have put on my personal list, but I think they fit right in, and I love it.
Yeah, I
Good
love this
balance
list
of
as well.
original and also, some non-negotiables in there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, totally agree. I think for the most part, outside of Marriage Story, all under the Big Broad Studio, quote unquote, system. So I think that is notable that the top 11 are not streaming originals. No streaming originals found within that group. Of the short list that I had mentioned in the beginning, Steven Spielberg, Ridley Scott, the Coen brothers, Jonathan Glazer, Catherine Bigelow, James Cameron, Damien Chazelle, Guillermo del Toro, Yorgos Lanthimos, Luca Guadagnino, Sofia Coppola, Denis Villeneuve. There'll be a lot of words about that, would be my guess. Wes Anderson, probably a lot of words about that. Jordan Peele and Barry Jenkins, not on this list. Any from those directors specifically that maybe should have deserved a shout in 13 through 25 or just not worth it?
I mean, I think I'm surprised La La Land isn't here. Again, speaking of your favorites, you know what I mean? Like this and Francis Ha, like not being here, kind of crazy. We're going to hear about Dune from people for sure. I feel like that's going to be the biggest thing that we hear about. But Moonlight, Get Out, like all that was definitely on the list.
I would argue Nope over Get Out anyway. So
interesting.
Could have been a fun discussion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Nope is a more interesting pick for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think Get Out is like another movie that's kind of just like undeniable, but again, kind of like a boring pick. But at the same time, it has like informed so many movies that have come out since its release. So like, I don't know. It's very influential, but I don't know. It wasn't one that I felt passionate enough about putting up here. But for me, I think the director that in the long run, I think maybe I'll regret not putting up one of his films is actually Luca Guadagnino. I don't know. I think he is just going to live on, and he's obviously pumping films out. I would have put up Call Me by Your Name if I put one up. But
yeah. You know, I think that's interesting. Call Me by Your Name, and I wonder if Challengers could have been in the conversation at least somewhat, because of its kind of recency, its pop culture status, what it's done to Luca and the stars of that movie. We will talk about Challengers next week on the pod. I posed the question to all of the guests: are you an art guy or Patrick guy? And that is a fun conversation.
Nice.
Yeah, I think the things that stand out to me the most are one comic book movie, Spider-Man 2, which I think is actually a very cool pick, and I think is like totally the right move to be like one comic book movie is good, even though, of course, the argument out there is for the last 15 years, comic book movies have led the direction of the box office. I also noticed a significant absence of sci-fi movies. Signs, you could probably argue, is like it's sci-fi coded. But outside of that, we're working with a lot of character pieces. We're working with a little bit of action thrown in there and epics. Those are like kind of really where the genre lies in this list. I think you're right, Ben. No Denis. We're probably going to hear about Dune. I wouldn't have ever made the case for Dune. It's just like not on my list. I understand what it's done for movies. Jonathan Glazer, The Zone of Interest, big talking point out of the New York Times list, not mentioned here tonight or on this list. And yeah, I thought at least somewhat there would have been a Damien Chazelle conversation between La La Land and Whiplash. I would have actually argued for Whiplash. Would have been a more interesting pick, but I guess not. So
another like big one to me, Lord of the Rings. I mean, that thing out of the three of them, like they at least like Return of the King, but just like took over the Oscars and just the epic that it was in filmmaking, like putting that all together. I'm kind of surprised it didn't get brought up, but
yeah. Okay. Well, we have 100% done it, and the list is complete. So this list actually supersedes the New York Times list and is more important and more correct. So, yeah, let that be known to the people out there in the public. Thank you, Ben, Sophie, for joining the draft. Thank you, Sophie, really, for coming out of retirement, letting it be known that you don't fuck around and that you mean business with movies and sidebar conversations.
Thanks for having me, guys, as always.
Ben, thanks for being here. I think I'll see you next week as well on the next week's pod.
Yes, see you there.
And the week after that, I think we're also on that pod together.
Okay, cool. Can't wait.
I believe Sophie, I'm not going to say what it is, but currently locked in for what I would posit is our most anticipated movie draft, at least between you and I, of the year.
Yes, for sure. I'm very excited.
Very big one. Coming out later this year. That's that.
Yep.
I don't want to say anything more than that. I can't wait. And that'll be your next time back on this show, which, again, you really only show up for the big ones and you make an impact. So I'm very excited for what that will be. Be sure to listen and subscribe to the Movie Draft Podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. We are also now on YouTube with videos, so please subscribe to us over there. And you can see my beautiful Frances Ha book that Sophie was ogling over, which felt great for the 7 seconds that it happened. And then I proceeded to be kicked around on this draft. New episodes of the Movie Draft Podcast will be released weekly on Tuesdays. We'll see you then.